Oh, I'll have a whatever, dude. Dude, man.
All right. Well,
Actually, can I get you to re-aim my camera too, Dylan?
yes. Tell me what.
I don't know which way it's to go. Yeah, that's pretty good. But can it go with that? There we go. That way you're going to be on there. Thanks, Brandon. Wow, this is a big beer.
Yeah.
This is for mowing a big lawn.
You will go first, and then when.
I'm just gonna so Ike's not doing his thing today. So I thought, hey Doug, I thought I would just start and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna answer questions
as they come in.
Yeah, Joe, I am early because Ike at Flipside got busy and couldn't do it. But I didn't know that until just now. So hey Brad, hey Joe. And so I thought I'll just get started and because we're both gonna be done at 6 o'clock today.
And as soon as 5 o'clock rolls around, I will go live online.
Okay.
In the van.
In the module?
She's sleeping. She's coming out though. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
So
I wonder what would happen if I just hit my button early too.
Brandon Kaminski wants to know what my deepest, darkest secret is. Wow.
I don't want to know.
I don't know. Wow, the deepest, darkest secret. Well, let me ask you this, Brandon. Have you ever killed a man?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, me neither. I just thought, yeah. Okay. Hey Paul, how you doing? So once though I did work for not everybody knows this, but I used to work for an action magazine called Soldier of Fortune. You might have heard of it.
Yeah.
And I knew so Soldier of Fortune was known by a lot of names and Soldier of Fiction and things like that. And I can tell you that sometimes if you pull the camera lens back a little bit, it's actually, they're at the hotel parking lot when there's a Huey helicopter and it looks like they're in the middle of Cambodia or something, but they're not. But there were a lot of guys there who were honest to God, the real deal pipe hitter guys. And I'm not saying I know guys who were really badass dudes, because everybody knows someone who's a badass dude. But when I worked at Soldier of Fortune, I remember I got sideways with the guy who was the knife fighting instructor for K-Bar at the time.
Really?
Very nice guy, but he and I just got sideways with each other. It was in Vegas, and there was probably drinking, and we both were pissed at each other. And he paused me once by saying, "Have you ever killed a man?" And I'm like, "Well, gosh, no, I haven't." Anyway.
I think I might start asking people that if they cross me, have you ever killed a man?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the answer could be no.
Sure.
I have never.
I haven't. Yeah.
But they don't need to.
But that was a real thing that someone actually said to me one time. So yeah. Hey, let's take a question from Joe Harvey 84 who asks. So I got a set of EMG 8185s. I love those pickups, by the way. In the bridge, but I see you guys say 85 bridge. I play high gain metal. What does the 85 out? I like the 81 in the bridge myself. That's what is in that guitar right over there. So the only guitar in the shop right now with EMGs in it that also happens to be mine that I built in 1992, and it has an 81 in the.
That looks 92.
Have you ever seen that guitar?
I saw it I've seen it hanging there, but I've never actually.
Will someone bring that rare bird over for Dylan to check out?
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
Yeah. So I don't know if Chris is going to be joining us tonight or if his sister's coming in.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an interesting week, which we'll get into in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about that.
Free ball and situation here is pretty fun.
So this is not a
Ooh.
guitar that I have kept secret. This is a guitar that I worked on with the with Master Luthier Bruce Clay in 1992, and you know, back then this was kind of what he was known for, stuff like this. And thank you, Joe. It is cool. This has an EMG 81 in it, and it has the single coil Strat pickup. I can't remember what that is, the SA, and it has a Tele neck pickup in it. And so I myself am even guilty of saying, wouldn't it be cool if? So you know what this is?
Is that the sound check switch?
That is the sound check switch. Yeah, the EMG 20 dB boost control, and you want to put it here when you're doing the sound check, and then when you're ready to start playing, you put it in the boost position.
Yes,
That's
the sound check switch. And I noticed after saying,
hey, Mike,
the other day you were like, I don't want to have anything to do with the Kaler Bridge.
I didn't say that. You said that.
No, I didn't say that.
I said that.
Oh,
Chris
said that. Okay.
This is a very cool.
Have you ever played a Kaler before?
So I have a 1985 E Series Stratocaster from Japan with the Kaler Series 1 that has these knurled knobs on it down here,
the fine
and
tuners,
a locking nut up there.
It has a locking nut or just a locking piece that's behind the nut?
No, it has a locking nut.
Okay.
Oh, a locking piece behind.
Yeah,
the nut.
yeah.
Yes, it does. But this is very good. This is like a cross between a Floyd and a Bigsby.
I think that's a great way to put it. I think that the Strat trem, the Fulcrum Strat trem is, and the Floyd work very, very similarly. And if you touch them just a little bit, they start moving the strings right away. Whereas the Kaler and the Bigsby have a lot in common. Having said that, you can dump the crap out of this and make the strings go completely slack, like on a Floyd.
As with a Bigsby, when you slack the strings, the scale does not shorten.
Yeah, that's true.
Where
that's
like
true.
on a Strat or
it
Floyd,
actually goes forward a little bit.
Shortens. Yeah. Where this is a very complicated but cool.
Yeah.
thing.
I like it too because it's you can lock it in place, you can fix it to where it won't move, and it's got a lot of neat little features.
Down here, I don't know, you can't call that a volute, but that is a very cool behind the peg head feature.
It's almost like the volute is just an extension of the headstock, and then it's thinned out where the tuners go. And that was something that, I'm sure Bruce is definitely one of the guys who was an early innovator of stuff like that.
And then a rollery bridge.
Which probably, the Wilkinson roller nut probably doesn't work so great with that because the strings they start angling right away. But I wanted it because I thought it was cool. So, yeah.
Very cool.
That guitar is, it's just it's kind of a hippie guitar. Yeah. So, but it's fun.
Yeah, very cool.
Anyway.
Well, I'll just hold it.
Yeah, or we can. Here, I have a stand over here.
You have a stand over there?
Yeah. So, guys, we are just going to talk about some guitar stuff and answer your questions, and yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
I wonder what would happen if I just hit this button, go live early.
I don't know. I mean, I think you can just do it.
Go live now.
So here's a question for you. We talked just a moment ago about what happens when you use a Floyd or Strat style fulcrum trem and the bridge shifts forward a tiny bit.
Yeah.
I say, who cares?
Agreed.
But it makes me think about, the lots of guys have asked me, and some guys have, Zed was here and he was real into those Evertune bridges and the bridge that never goes out of tune and everything automatic. And I'm thinking, cool. In theory. Or sort of like when guys say to me, hey, I can't get my 23rd fret to intonate right. No one cares. Like if your guitar is 100% perfect, how do you know that your bass player's bass is 100% perfect? And how do you know that the rhythm guitar player's guitar is 100% perfect? And how much are you just kind of going through an exercise for the sake of going through an exercise? You know what I mean? Yep. Like how much of that sort of nerdy guitar stuff is done for the sake of nerdy guitar stuff, worrying about stuff for the sake of worrying about stuff. But it's very academic, and the fact of the matter is nobody cares.
I can see. I have a few friends that play that like jazz fusion, 1,000 miles an hour, all the frets, all the strings, where when they're playing with other instruments that aren't guitars, everything needs to be like really as close as possible. But that's few and far. Not your blues jam on Friday night doesn't care.
I think those are the guys too who worry about it the most.
Well, yeah,
the blues jam on Friday night guys.
Yeah, it's there's a forum reading to guitar worry ratio that is very real.
A what now?
A forum reading versus guitar worrying ratio. The less you worry, the less you've been told about the guitar, the less you worry about it. And the more you play it, the less you worry about it.
Okay.
That's the way I feel.
I think you're 100% right. Even though the name of my live stream tonight is Everything Dylan Talks Tone Says is Wrong, which I thought was really funny.
Hey, if it gets people to watch.
That's right. Yeah.
And I've been wrong about a lot of things.
Well, not that I know of. So Joe asks, pitch change? Well, yeah. I mean, so the modulation of pitch is what that. Okay. So what Leo Fender got wrong.
It's not a tremolo.
Tremolo is modulation of volume. Vibrato is modulation of pitch. So the Fender tremolo, which at least he got it wrong across the board.
Well, the problem is
so the Crimson and Clover amp setting is called vibrato on the amp, or is it?
It is.
Doesn't he have a tremolo setting on an amp too though?
Channel and a vibrato channel.
Is there a tremolo setting on a Fender amp ever? Okay, yeah, okay.
No,
the tremolo is the whammy shirt.
Yes, that's a great shirt.
Nice tremolo.
And later amp builders called it, and pedals are called tremolo pedals.
Who calls it a vibrato? Bigsby? And everybody else calls it a tremolo?
Bigsby calls it a vibrato.
Yeah.
I'll bet you that's because Fender wanted to try and outdo Bigsby.
Could be.
Do you think that was a kind of like a thumbing your nose at?
Yeah, because they knew each other, and they butted heads and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm sure it was he calls it that. There's no way I'm calling it that.
Right.
Kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The man had to know.
Yeah. Exactly.
So Lefty O says Leo got it so wrong. Everyone calls it that. Yeah, and I'm not trying to say that Leo Fender did not change the lexicon,
right? But
in an accuracy of what is it? Etymology. That Leo Fender got that wrong for whatever reason. I don't know. Oh, and I can't stress this enough. I don't care.
Me either.
Me either. But yeah.
It still goes like this when you bend the thingy.
That's why I think anytime you're referring to a contraption that alters the pitch by a lever, you should call it a whammy bar.
See, I don't like whammy bars.
I like it even more now that I know you don't like it.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so what do you like? What do you call
There's a thing you think I'm wrong about, but I think you're wrong.
Yes. You should change your thing right now to everything Matt says is wrong.
Hang on.
Can you do that?
I got a super chat.
Oh, okay.
I got a super chat, and I'm doing this by myself tonight. So
okay, you're freewheeling it.
I am.
Okay.
Leslie is over there, but I'm giving her the night off. So, hi everyone, enjoying the show. Thanks, Thomas Tourville. I appreciate the super chat.
That's very kind of you.
If you get questions in like normal tonight, you can get them in there. It's going to be tough for me to catch them all because we have a lot to talk about. If you use a super chat, I will see it though because it's a different color on my screen.
I don't have a lot to talk about. I'll just talk a lot.
Well,
there's no problem with that.
But we've been doing cool things.
So I think we should. This bears repeating in another 8 or 9 minutes.
Yes.
Paul McNary, by the way, says wiggle stick, which I think is a terrific one to go. Talent bar works well. Dylan and I will be doing our live streams simultaneously tonight,
Yes.
and we will be going from right now until 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Maybe 6:01. I don't know.
And
but
I realize that means that most of you who watch both of them will be leaving Matt's channel and going over to my channel to watch.
because if you do that, it's because you want to be lied to and told incorrect things. Now, if you want the real facts, you'll stay right here on my channel. And
Actually,
yeah.
if you are susceptible to clickbait, meaning you are gullible, you will stay on his channel.
If you
want to hear
prefer
the absolute truth of what's going on,
if you want to be entertained by someone who is sensational and tells the truth all the time, you'll stay right here where you are on the Texas Toast channel. And if you want dull and boring and omnipresent and incorrect, you'll go to no.
Hang on, I got another super.
I haven't gotten jack crap for super. Thanks a lot, you turkeys, not super chatting.
I just wanted to say thank you for the show. So, some people have said in the past that when I come out here, it like derails my normal program, and it does.
It does,
because I got in a van and I drove 1,500 miles to Colorado. And it upsets the apple cart a little bit, but I love coming here. I was just telling Chris and I were trying to figure out today. I think this week means that I have surpassed the Dangerous Brothers for the amount of weeks that they have been here. Yeah.
Oh, well, but that's right, because you were here for an entire month.
Yes.
That's right.
So I am now the number one most repeated person around the shop because I like it.
Yeah.
I really have fun working with Matt.
And we like to have you here too, even though you're wrong all the time. But God bless you, Brian.
Oh,
Brian. What is this, sir?
Same old.
Hey, it's whatever. Hey, your hair looks good, by the way.
Wait, we should save this for.
Yeah.
We should save these for super chats.
I'm not going to get any super chats. So I'll just start.
Remember we did chugging.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby Dill says, "Hey Matt, did you get my did your case?" Yes, Bobby, the case showed up, and I'm actually working on your certificate of awesometicity right now, and it will go. By the way, I haven't seen one of those Gibson cases for
a chainsaw one.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. So
you can put a chainsaw or a guitar.
Yeah. So yes, I got it, sir, and we will get it boxed up. In fact, the guitar is in there right now, but I want to make sure that you get the cert because that's a cool thing.
Can one of you bring me the little box with the cool thing that somebody got me earlier this week?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that thing right there. Leslie's going to bring it up for me.
So
you made these, right?
No, Brian.
Who made these?
Brian.
Brad Guitar Miller.
Yeah, Brad.
Oh,
not
Brad Guitar Miller.
Sure.
Brad Guitar Miller made these.
Brian Guitar Miller.
Brad Guitar Miller. That's right.
Yeah, show them off. Oh, here we go. Doug saved my bacon. And he sent us a super chat. He said, didn't work. Left hand doesn't work, but I'm still here. Doug, what happened to your hand?
Hopefully it didn't get stuck in a machine.
What happened? Doug says he's got a hypodermic and a hand and a square. Doug, I don't know what's wrong with your hand, but I'm concerned. I hope you're all right. Thank you for the super chat too, sir. Yikes.
So I got these cool business card holders, right? But what's really cool about him, he knows that, first of all, one of my favorite guitars is a single hum Strat.
Mm-hmm.
So he did a single hum Strat on top of a 4x12 amp there, which is one of them. And then he also made this little cutout Batfish. Like, it's actually got the P90 and and it's got the Texas Toast peg head on it,
mm-hmm.
which is really, really cool. The Texas Toast.
That's right.
Wood,
the
Sweat, and
Wood, Sweat, and Beers. Yeah, which is very excellent. Hey, so
anyway,
before you deep dive into the box of good stuff here.
That was it. I just want to share that.
Oh, okay. We got a really excellent question, and I'd be interested to know what you think. I would be interested to know how you perceive this incorrectly. Richard Edwards asks, are stacked pickups like Seymour Duncan single coil or P90 stacked really just cleverly marketed humbuckers, or can you really get a true P90 or single coil tone? So I would like to know what you think, and then I'll tell everyone why you're wrong.
I think you should tell everyone what you think.
Okay.
Because then if I agree with you, does that default make you wrong if
It
I agree
would,
with you?
yeah. All right. So all right. Let's do that. So Richard, I think that's a terrific question. And I'm going to say that it's just a cleverly marketed humbucker that fits in the hole that you have in your guitar. And you can come close to getting that P90 sound, but it ain't the same.
I agree with them 100%, and we are not wrong.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Yeah. But you know what? I think they're cool if you want hum canceling. But yeah,
they have a place.
But I don't think that they're the same thing. Doug says he just has arthritis. Doug, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's a bummer.
Which do you prefer, 50s wiring or treble bleed on modern wiring?
In what?
Anything. Do you like 50s wiring, like
in an Esquire
or a Les Paul?
So on a Les Paul, I like it to be just as is, volume, tone, no split coil, this, that, or the other thing. It's not split coil, no coil isolation.
Right.
On a humbucker. On a Telecaster, I like the treble bleed.
Really?
Yeah, and any one pickup guitar, like on Jam Jimmy's Prostitute, we did a treble bleed mod with a DiMarzio Super Distortion because that's what we had slated for that guitar, and he wanted a P90. He wanted a Lawler P90. This was before he knew you, and I'm like, well, a Lawler P90 won't fit in there because it's got a humbucker hole, but trust me, I think you're really going to like this. And he when he modulates the volume, that treble bleed circuit, because it's just got one knob.
Yeah.
So it works great. And I will go to my grave saying that if you have one pickup in your guitar, it should either be or be voiced and identically built like a DiMarzio Super Distortion, which you call the Super D.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't like treble bleeds in single pickup guitars. My example would be my Gibson SG Junior with a dog ear P90 in it.
Okay.
Or an Esquire, because I like that the highs sort of go away.
Now those are single coil guitars though. How do you feel about a humbucker equipped guitar?
I've never really, oh wait, I do have one. I would have to try playing with that some more. I do have my Machine Gun Kelly pink guitar is a single humbucker, and I think it does have a treble bleed on it. But that has a volume knob, and I just make it wide open with lots of gain. That's what that guitar does. And there's no reason to do anything else. So I've not really thought about it that much.
We have two Nebraska dogs in the house. Hi, Beth. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Good.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
So
now that it's 5:00.
Yeah. Okay. So it is 5:00, and why don't you tell everyone what we're up to, sir?
Well, I am at Texas Toast Guitars. Well, you are as well.
Hey, everybody. This is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. We got Dylan from Dylan Talks Tone, who's always wrong. To my left, your right.
Yep. And I'm wrong a lot, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just having fun.
I thought you were going to totally WWF with me on this. But okay.
Well, you know, whatever. Anyway, we are here, obviously. And so we're doing our live stream just a little bit differently. We've got two cameras. We're going out to both channels at the same time. So if you're on Texas Toast and you've decided you are tired of clickbait, come on over to mine.
Or if you're on Dylan's channel and you're decided you're done hearing a bunch of wrong crap, come on over to my channel.
Yeah, there you go. So we wanted to talk about why I'm here.
Yeah.
How cool it was and how cool it's going to be in the future.
That's right. So this is, one thing though.
Okay.
We have a hard stop time of 6:03.
Okay.
Ish.
Okay.
Because you and I and everybody here, we're all going to Odyssey Beer Works, and we're going to hang out and have some beers with the good people at Odyssey Beer Works, the great American Beer Works, and some other people might be there too. I forget who they are. Oh, of course, it's Jam Jimmy and Leslie Kaloja. I don't even know who else.
I reached into the drawer, pulled out the t-shirt.
Did you really?
And this was it.
It's just
and this was it. Yep.
So we are doing our live stream simultaneously tonight, and you're not going to do another one for another hour after we're done here.
Yeah. It's just this this week has been very action packed, and working all day in a row is hard, and then working all day in a row, like all week in a row, all day in a row, is really hard.
The Duncan boys are they've declared war on Texas toast. No, they haven't. But Ben says, did you catch the stream where Dylan suplexed me? Dang.
Oh my!
It's easier, in wrestling. In the wrestling world, it's easier to be a heel than it is to be a pretty boy.
There's a bunch of people in my comments saying we know you're right all the time.
Oh wow,
that's cool because I didn't.
What a bunch of yes men you have. People tell me I'm wrong all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
So okay. So I didn't mean to preempt you, but I did, and I will probably continue to do so. What's the big idea? What are you doing here this week? I know.
Well, we came out to do, what is it? Build an awesome guitar with
the name of the workshop is Ultimate Guitar Build with Dylan McCurchie.
Okay. Yes. And because of circumstances beyond people's control, there were a couple of folks that couldn't make it, but they were like, can you please still build the guitar? And then we have one person, Mark, who came from California.
And you will meet tomorrow.
Yep.
During the
reveal. And he came, and he was able to do a bunch of stuff. Really, really, really neat guitar. Wait till you see it.
So Mark showed up Tuesday afternoon. We had already done his body, but he was able to wound his own pickups.
Yep.
Did all of his own hemispherical frets, which
takes a while.
Yeah, it's a challenge, especially if I don't know if Mark's ever pressed in frets prior to yesterday, but if you've never done fret work, hemispherical fret work is a big undertaking.
Yeah, for sure. It's a big deal. So it was really fun, and I think we are in the process of building 4 or 5 guitars.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sir.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
So it's going to be quite the reveal tomorrow.
Now, some of them will be done. Yep. Some of them will not be done.
Right.
We actually but we've got a lot of neat stuff to show everybody.
Yes. One of them is coming home with me to get finished, which is really, really
maybe
cool.
2.
Maybe 2. Yeah. So, yeah. And what was really fun about this, and I will say a couple of things. One is was a little different not having the excitement and the hubbub of 5 or 6 guys all week. So you kind of miss that, which in the next one is almost full, right? We have 5 out of 7 places or something are full.
The next one is March 2023, and it's almost full.
There might be 1 or 2 spots left, 1 maybe. So we didn't miss out on that, because I've been here for those where it's just full and everybody's
it's madhouse,
crazy. It's super fun. But what was really fun is during those, I don't actually ever really get to do anything because I'm focused on what I'm focused on. And so people are like, do you actually ever do anything when you go there? Have you actually ever really built a guitar? Well,
that's right. The fact of the matter is, on Monday and Tuesday, you and I were pin routing and sanding and doing a bunch of kind of grunt stuff. And Brandon didn't even come in on the first half of the day on Tuesday. We had to work really hard.
Yeah.
And normally Brandon does all the super hard work, and we had to do it on Tuesday.
We had a pretty good assembly line going.
We did.
I take a body, do a thing, hand it off to him. He does the next thing. I take the next. But it was really, really fun. We had a good time.
Yeah. I did.
I didn't get to paint because I was doing some other stuff. Actually, by that time, Mark was here and we were winding pickups. So, but
we did go to Emo's and source the coolest of the cool.
Yes.
Emo custom blue.
Yes. I think that this reveal is going to be Well, it's going to be unlike any other reveal you've ever done.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to blow it for anybody. This is going to be a cool surprise, but it's unlike any you've ever done. But I think it's going to hopefully show the folks who may be on the edge of, do I want a Texas Toast guitar or not?
Or do I want to come to a workshop?
Do I want to come to a workshop? But somehow I have to have one of those.
Yep.
I think this is going to be one of those reveals. I mean, they all are, but this is really a unique one, and it's really neat.
I agree, sir.
I'm really excited about it.
So, do you have any questions? I have some questions.
Go for it.
So, Richard Carpenter asks, how can I get the 45-degree router bit for my SG double neck guitar and building? Can you use stains over grain filler? So, a couple different questions there. Richard, any 45-degree router bit should work. Though I'm not 100% sure the SG is a 45-degree. I think it's 30. And if you're asking where can you get the one that Steve from Maximum Guitar Works uses, well, you have to get that from Steve. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. Steve won't sell you that bit unless you buy his template set from him.
Right.
Now, I don't have any juice at Maximum Guitars. It's Steve's deal. He designed that rub collar bearing, if you will, to work with his template set. He started with a regular router bit, and he had to make a special. Here's how wacky Steve is.
Yeah.
He had to design and build and have built a special bearing that was exactly the right size as that bit, that would work with his template set, and had a 1/2-inch shaft. So he won't just sell you the bit unless you buy the template set. Now, don't shoot me, because it's not, I'm just telling you, if you send a thing to Steve and say, hey, I want that bit, can I just get the bit? I think he's going to say no.
Also,
I'll timestamp it on the thing. I think he's going to say no. I don't know if he's gonna, but I think he's gonna.
Also, I think that if you get that bit thinking that you are going to bandsaw out a square-edged SG and then run that bit around it, the results will not be what you think they are, because that template is a funky shape to make it go in and out of the guitar at the right place. It's a very thought out thing. It's not just running it around the outside.
And I'm not saying you can't do it or you won't be able to do it, but the fact of the matter is that if you can figure out how to do that, you can probably figure out how to figure out what angle the bit is and make your own bit. But having said that, it is my understanding that Steve does not have any interest in selling the bit to the exclusion of the template set at this point. In the future, that might be different, but yeah.
Yep.
So,
it's a really neat system. I was here in May when you were prototyping that. It was.
I felt cool about that because you were here. Steve hadn't even done it.
Yeah.
I was the first person to get to try that out, and it works great.
And I just remember thinking that, like, there's a couple of pieces to the template, but one of the pieces of the template that goes with that is this thing that when you first go, oh, that's the outline of an SG, but you look at it and it's not. It's sort of lopsided and weird. And the reason it is so that when you put that bit around the outside, because an SG does not have the same angle around all of it's not faceted equally all the way around. So to do that, it was a really interesting thing.
And those templates have worked so well. Doug Santaniello, who says that the workshops are priceless. Thank you, Doug. Doug is far and away one of the neatest people. He's way neater than Brian Duncan. No, we love Doug and we love Brian too. But Doug and Mike. No, the guy I called Mike, but his name was actually the donut guy. So Mike made one. So Mike made an SG. Doug made an SG, and the other Ben. That's the true two Bens. Yeah, okay. I thought it was Ben, but I'm like, no, that can't be right. So anyway, Ben, Doug, and Mike in our last build a classic guitar woodworking workshop, all made SGs, and they all turned out
Yeah, they're
super cool.
Yeah. Really cool.
So let's take a couple super chats if we can, sir. Jerry F sent a super chat. It just says Jerry F. Thank you so much, sir. Doug says, I just might help you with buying one. I'll pay half. I'm not sure what that goes to, but yeah, Doug is wildly generous. Doug Slacker Deluxe says, can't wait for the most anticipated reveal ever.
Ooh,
wow, that's
he
pretty
said
neat.
it. We didn't.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Matt, may I?
Yeah, of course.
Doug's comment.
Hold on, will you come to talk in the microphone?
Oh, sure. Doug's comment was in regard to Chris's comment that he said, I would love a TT guitar, but my wallet says no.
Chris Bullis.
No way, it ain't happening.
Okay.
Wow.
Said,
Wow. So, Chris, if you are still watching, you might not believe this, but Doug's not bullshit.
No, he's not.
He's
No.
an amazing man.
This would be, and if he did this with you, this would be the 4th or 5th time that he has done something like this.
Yeah.
Doug is very generous and super cool and
Super genuine
Yeah.
about it.
he's absolutely the one of the coolest guys.
Yep.
So way cooler than Brian. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
Poor Brian. Brian's here, so he's taking a clubbing. Yeah.
Somebody in my comments said, or in my chat says that even though he said he's from Colorado
Yeah.
and he gives me permission to drink whatever beer I like, even though.
Do you like to drink Colorado what is this, Chris? This is
The
the
original craft beer.
craft. Yeah, you like craft beer
The
from
original
Colorado?
craft
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
They only
This
make
is
that
the
beer.
banquet edition.
They only make it here. You can't.
You can't
if
get
go
this.
someplace else and buy it. It was made in Golden.
That's pretty cool.
I have no.
You like
problem
you like
with
micro brews?
Yeah.
This is it, baby. Yeah, it's just
Original
it's
microbrew.
macro brew now. baby.
Yeah.
I like things in Golden, Colorado.
So, gang, we are Dylan and I are here to answer your questions and tell you a little bit more about what we are up to this week. And we will only be on until we have a hard stop time of 6:07 ish,
Okay.
5:59
It was
ish.
6:03 when you.
I know,
started.
it was yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of hungry people here.
Yeah,
We probably
yeah.
better not go.
So anyway, Dylan, what else can we tell people without? I don't care if we spoil the reveal. But I'll show everything off today. But we probably should wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so. I will say that. Well, let's just say this: we knew that when we came up with this idea to make these guitars, this workshop at this price point with all these cool parts, that these guitars were going to be cool.
Yeah.
The problem is that Matt and I were alone in the wood shop with nobody else for a couple hours on Monday.
No supervision.
With no supervision. And when that happens, things get cooler and harder for Chris.
You were alone all day.
We were.
Really?
We were. Yeah.
That's right. You were working on other
Yeah, I was
other
working on
projects.
On
yeah,
other
I'd-
stuff.
Yeah, I'd wander in and all of a sudden there was
Hey, wouldn't it be cool
there
if?
was 5 guitars.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool if?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's that? That looks a little like a Strat trim route.
It
Yeah,
is.
We're gonna
Yeah, we're gonna do this.
Well, we tested a new route from Steve.
Yep.
For a new Strat trim.
Ad libbing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
Yep. And we
Man.
did
I haven't even told you about what our coffee table discussions have been.
oh no, that's
I'm
it's
gonna
too early.
wait, yeah.
It's too early
Yeah.
for even Chris on that one. And then a couple of the other things, with the Badfish builds, looked very telly-ish. And I think they got a lot. We even classed them up even a little bit better. And I believe, in my opinion, that there is a highly anticipated and requested guitar design, at least on your channel, that tens or even maybe fives of people have been asking for.
Guitar designs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That are now going to be
You're right.
they're a reality.
You're right. I mean, you're wrong, but you're right.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably fives of people that want it.
easily.
So
Easily.
Yep. And so we built one.
So we have, it's been the first couple days where it was basically Chris left us alone to do whatever we would come up with.
Mhm.
And we built one of the Batfish models.
Yep.
And then we built some other ones that we kind of went off the
Yeah.
plan a little bit. And I think you are right, even though you're wrong. What do you think is going to be the first thing people say tomorrow when we start showing these things off?
I think they're going to say that the recently released, highly anticipated, but somewhat disappointing for many guitar that we have been talking about all week. These are better than that.
Oh yeah. But you and I have talked about this. I think a lot of people will say, well, "I didn't know you could do that."
Yeah,
I would have done that. Yeah, I would have done something like that.
If you were going to let me do that at this workshop, I would have come.
And at no point, I went through the website and looked at the description, and at no point is there ever anything that says no, you can't do this stuff.
Thing. Yeah.
So
And
if you, I think that when we show off these guitars, they'll be very similar and very different, and there's going to be some neat stuff.
Yeah.
No two ways about it.
I'm really excited about it. I was excited to come out here anyway. In fact, a few folks couldn't make it and stuff, and he was like, you were like, are you going to still come? And I'm like, I'm coming. I mean, I told people I was coming. I'm coming. And you and I are the same, cut from the same cloth in this regard, where if we say we're going to do something, we do it. And you were adamant that, look, I said I was going to be there. I'm going to be there. And it was, and not to mention, you picked up your whole house and moved it out here. Well, not the whole house, but you and Leslie came out, and you took time away from your family, and you came out here and are spending the week with us. And it doesn't matter if it's for, one guy or 100 people. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'll still come. Let's take a couple of super chats, shall we? Do it. Greg Pearl says he found a super chat lying around. Buy more macro beer. Oh, God bless you, Greg. Man. And Mark Stanton. I don't know who that guy is, but I think he's a little upset that I've been giving Brian the business, and he wants me to throw some shade at him. Maybe not. He says, thank you so much for your help and insight, and you and Leslie are fantastic. I think Mark thinks he's on your channel. That's okay. Chris Hendricks writes, he needs a Kaiser blade with a Bigsby in his life. Now, Mark, what say ye about the Kaiser blade with the Bigsby? You played it a little bit yesterday.
Fantastic.
It's the boss, right?
Yeah. The finish is amazing.
It's
Wait,
super.
You have one?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to play that. I didn't know it. I'll check it out tomorrow. I didn't know that was a thing.
Chris, if you want to just start paying it off a little at a time, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help you out.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So the red one. Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah, wow, awesome. I'm trying to see if we have any questions over here, but we don't. People are just watching in awe.
Well, so why don't we talk about? Tell you what, why don't you talk a little bit about? Hey, Chris, you want to come sit where I'm sitting?
No.
Come on. I need to get another beer anyway. So why don't you come sit
I'll
and
sit for a few minutes.
Yeah, what do you want me to talk with Chris about?
I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about.
Freewheel it, boys.
Yeah, you're just freewheeling, right? Yeah.
Just do what Matt does.
Yeah, just start yapping.
Just talk shit.
Just talk shit.
Hey, everybody, it's Chris. I'm going to outtalk you, Dylan. I'm the nice one. I didn't wear that shirt today, but I am the nice one,
wear
right?
it yesterday.
I did wear it yesterday, yes.
Yeah.
So how you been? So I've been pretty good. Yeah, that's all I got. Why am I sitting so high?
So what have you been doing this week?
Well, the first day and a half, I actually worked on other projects and just kind of let you guys do what you guys do.
Wait, you mean the people that are like, "Hey, where's my guitar? Is it done yet?" You were working on those ones.
Yeah, and I got some stuff done.
Yeah,
and then I think it was time to paint guitars. So we did some paint, and then I've been doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yep.
It's weird because it's just weird this week.
It is because there's only there's less people here,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
so it's
So it feels more like a regular work week, except you're here. Except you've been here so much, it still feels like a regular work week. It just feels like an off week with you here. Like last time when you were here, and it was,
yeah.
we don't have class, but you're here.
I feel much
so-
lighter because I didn't bring a month worth of stuff.
Yeah.
That was, oh my word, that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a super chat over
Okay,
here.
good.
Hang on.
There's,
Oh,
there's a question from Mike too, from Evil Burrito Mike, Chris.
Oh,
Mark
yeah?
Stanton said, "Oops, he is now on the correct channel." Thank you,
wrong
Mark,
channel.
for the super chat. I appreciate that very much.
So Mike Manthe wants to know, Dylan, question, my TT Junior is my favorite guitar, and your pickups are killer, but super noisy in big Chicago bars with lights. Can you make a similar pickup in a mini humbucker or P90 so I don't have to mod the guitar? I might be able to help with this question.
Go ahead.
Actually, let me ask this of Mike. Mike, is it noisy in the middle position as well?
That's a good question.
Okay, let's find out. We'll find out here in a minute.
Yeah.
What else?
Ben had a question.
Okay.
What pickups y'all making this week?
How many pickups?
What kind?
Oh, so this time you didn't bring
Everything.
everything. You brought exactly what you knew we were going to build,
Right.
and you actually shipped a bunch of it out to us. And so we made a bunch of P90s,
Mm-hmm. And one telly pickup.
the one telly pickup, and we rewound one Yamaha pickup.
That's right. And we rewound another weird single coil that you may see in the future.
Yeah,
Prototype
yeah,
thing.
yeah. We had enough wire to do some stuff, but we didn't have necessarily enough hardware.
Yeah.
So so it was pretty P90 specific this time.
Yep. One of the guitars that is going to get a incomplete reveal tomorrow has humbuckers in it, but those are placeholders because I'm going to take that thing home with me and we're going to put some neat stuff in it. Because I would say it's a new thing that y'all haven't really done much of before, that one.
Yeah.
But I think it will be a hit.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it will be a hit.
Yeah,
So-
I think everybody's gonna like what we did.
Yeah, so that's going to get some humbuckers, but next week or the week after, and it's going to get a video and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so we can go back. Mike Manthe says yes, it's noisy. Even buckers are noisy.
Mike also says those are
So
those P90s are the greatest P90s I've ever had. So
Yeah,
here's the
that's
thing
cool.
I would say about that is if the guitar is noisy, but you have a humbucker guitar that's noisy too, you might want to look at, they have some kind of neat things like noise suppressor plugs, like where you plug it in the
noise gate?
wall.
Yeah. Oh.
And then you plug the amp into it, and it's like a block about this big. I can't remember what they're called.
It's not an attenuator, but it's something like that.
Yeah, you plug it into the wall first. It's like a brick, and then you plug your amp into it, and it's to calm down the power that's
It's the attenuator.
that you're.
Marco
Well,
calls it a brick.
it's not an attenuator because that's
It's not?
for power. This is it's to clean up the power, but I can't
Oh.
remember what it's called. Anyway, check that out, and then you might have to go with some noise gate stuff. But here's the thing too. Noise gates aren't what they were.
Power
conditioner,
conditioner.
Power
plug?
conditioner.
Power
That's what I
conditioner.
meant. Noise gates, if you have to use one on your pedal board, they're not what they were in 1985.
Yeah.
They're a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're a lot better than they were, so.
Yeah. So we got a super chat. Bobby Dill says, owning a Texas Toast can change your life, much like the old potato chip commercial. Bet you can't own just one. It's true.
So, has anyone heard of a cycle conditioner? I'm saying because SS said that, and he's usually full of crap. So yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
I know that there
That
is
was
an
fun.
actual branded one.
he
that
could
you can buy.
be totally right.
Yeah.
I can't
I don't
remember.
know. And at that point, if shielding might be your friend, a little shielding might go a long way.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
I'd say a tuner, and in between songs, just step on that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then let that thing eat when
I think
when it's time
yeah.
to play.
Well,
Yeah.
and embrace the hum.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But I'm weird like that.
Yeah. I think
Um,
anytime you have a bunch of extra stuff in there, an extra coil or this or that, you start losing some of the original sound.
Here's a question for you, Chris. 'Cause
Okay.
you nerd out about this stuff. Jeffrey Egan wants to know. He wants to know what I think, but I don't care.
Okay.
And you're
So,
wrong.
so you might, and I might not.
Okay.
Do you notice a difference in tone between round core and hex core strings?
No.
Me either.
No. I think so much of string is the actual feel of the string. I like nickel wound stuff.
Okay.
I like as much nickel as I can get in a string, but I can't tell a difference between those two things.
Me either.
Yeah, and that's and it's not like I've gone back and forth with a bunch of them, but I have gone back and forth with DR, round core and hex core nickel strings.
The blue
yeah, the
ones?
blue, yeah, and then their other one is the comes in a black box, and I can't remember what that one is. Yeah, so DR blues. Those are my favorite strings just because they're fairly economical and I can get them, and I like the way they feel mostly. And then there are other ones, the black ones. I think it's the Stay Tight is what they call that one.
Stay tight.
Yeah.
Oh, because they do have all like tight wound, tight bond, tight.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Tight.
So
They have a bunch of.
but I can't tell the difference between any of that.
Me either.
So if you really want to have some fun and get really nerdy, buy a bunch of flat wound strings and nerd out over that because those things are wildly different.
Have you ever put nickel wound strings on an acoustic guitar? There is one brand, and I can't remember who it is, but they make nickel wound acoustic guitars. They're actually acoustic guitar strings, like 12s, 13s, or whatever.
Yeah.
They feel and sound really weird.
Yeah.
But it's weird nerds.
I think I might like the wound G. I play heavy enough strings that I think I might like the wound G better than the plain G.
Really?
Yeah, because the plain G on those heavy sets is like
a wire. Look up. Yeah.
like a piano wire. Like
piano
I
wire.
could catch Jaws with that string. So yeah, the wound G is kind of cool, I think.
Then you have to get a different bridge.
No, you just move we just move the saddles.
Yeah, I guess that's
It depends on
I got a super chat.
Sure.
Super light D.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so that's what I do if I'm playing regular strings or unwound G, I have like 18s that I can put on instead of the 21 that it comes with. 21 plain G, that's a string, man. You could tow a car with that string.
So Ivan sent in a super chat, and he says that you can use a UPS power backup to clean up your power supply.
Yeah.
I have done that.
A UPS?
Yeah.
I don't
so
know what that is.
When we lived in the motorhome, we got one because the power would go out all the time, and Leslie would lose internet during work.
Oh, okay.
And it's one of those battery things, but it's an isolated, because it's a battery thing, it takes the power from the wall, runs it into a battery, and then it runs it back out.
Oh, okay.
So it isolates the power from the wall.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh. So you're just running on the battery.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it keeps it a lot quieter.
Oh, okay.
As long as you don't get a cheap one that introduces other kinds of noise. But yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I've never had to really battle any of this. One time we played a venue that if I didn't play in the middle position on my Jazzmaster, it was really noisy. But other than that, I've never had to really battle any of that kind of stuff to where I was like constantly like, what am I going to do?
When you say battle it, I'm just like, if you can hear hum, you're not rocking hard enough.
Yeah. Well, this was really, really bad. But that was the only time. And everything else I've always been okay. Yeah, it's noisy in between, but that's okay. As soon as you start playing again, then it's fine. So
Gary Redburn sent in a super chat. And in his little, do you see in his little head thing, he's got a cool hat on, like Matt's hat. Dylan, are you doing?
I have his hat.
Yeah.
I know. Are you doing the live show on Monday, or are you going to postpone it? Did you guys hide all the prostitutes yesterday when the popo came?
Yeah, we did. That was the whole point of that thing is, yeah.
Gary Redburn, I am not postponing our Patreon live hangout on Monday. We are still doing it from somewhere in the Midwest. We will be somewhere Monday night, and I will be doing it still.
Hey, speaking of which, if you're going to be in the Chicagoland area,
Yeah.
see if Mike Mancini wants to hook up. Is it Monty? Because he's right there and super cool.
Really?
And yeah, he's got a studio in his place, and yeah,
Really?
Mike's the man. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how long
Rumor
his
has it-
driveway is.
Rumor has it he likes to buy
I've
guitars.
been there. I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago, like side of the house, like the whole.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's place is neat.
We are making a bit of a whirlwind trip through there because we've already been gone for a week. But we may shoot me an email or something. That'd be interesting. As far as the prostitutes, that was fake guns.
Yeah, it was.
It
Yeah.
was all
Coming
fake
over.
guns.
They were simunition.
Simunitions.
Yeah.
because
We
when
opened
we-
the door and I actually waved to him, and I think one of them waved back. So
So they weren't concerned with what we were doing in here.
no, as
at
soon as I
all?
opened the door, I knew they weren't concerned.
For those of you that have
anything going
not
on.
seen Matt's Instagram, the SWAT team was across the street.
They had
yesterday.
all the vehicles. That's what
Everything.
the cool part was. It was 4 or 5 patrol cars and the SWAT vehicles, at least 2 of them, maybe 3 of them.
Yeah.
And a bunch of guys standing around, and the guys you can tell when something's going down, when something's not. So
Yeah. We
Yeah.
walked outside and they were doing checks, and they were like, "That's not a real gun, right?" That's what they were doing. You could see when we were leaving that they were like, everybody was checking each other to make sure that they were all simunitions.
I thought they were here for the guy that pooped in the bucket.
Maybe they were here for the guy that peed on your sidewalk.
well, he's here tonight. They missed him by 24 hours. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'd forgotten that they do that stuff over there. So
So
yeah, they had a bunch of dogs too, right?
what do you think Gary Redburn means when he says cool? Because he's talking about Monday night.
Uh-huh.
Cool. I have a couple of questions, and you need to see the body I have.
I've seen it.
He's gonna get naked.
I've seen him. I've
He's
seen them both.
he's probably talking about a guitar. I would hope.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'm turning his camera off.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, every fourth Monday of every month, on the Dylan Talks Tone Patreon, we do like a live Zoom hangout thing where you can turn your camera on and hang out and do this, but it's better because it's back and forth, and if you have a problem, you can turn your camera on and we troubleshoot guitar problems and stuff like that. It's
Mhm.
kind of fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have
Yep.
3 thumbs down Franks over here. I don't know
Really?
what the deal is with that.
Man, and I think it's because of me. We have none.
Really?
We have 40 thumbs up,
And I have 3 thumbs down Franks.
35. See if those guys would be a little more, positive, you'd have 38 and we'd have 40, and that'd be now we have 47. So
See,
yeah, you're just chasing tail here.
well, what it is I think people they get used to a certain format.
Yeah.
And when they turn it on and they don't see the
Uh-huh.
particular format.
Yeah.
I think too, what a lot of people have a misconception that I'm a very serious guitar person,
You are.
and I'm not at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, "Wait, he's laughing and having fun.
Having
he must
fun.
be drunk."
With those idiots.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think that's
he
I
must
think that's
be
a
drunk.
thing.
No, not
Uh-huh.
really.
No.
I can't stand it when Dylan makes a video when he's high. I'm like, I don't get
And he's
it.
high.
Yes,
Yeah. I've never seen
happened,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
We talked about that the other day. The conclusions people jump to,
Mm-hmm.
based on absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
okay.
it is.
We got any other questions in here?
I'm not used to being on this side of the camera where I can actually see the questions
Looks like
on
you have a
this
super chat over
side.
there.
Yeah, we did just get a super chat. Simtree says, cheers from Vancouver, BC. Thank
man.
you.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm not used to reading comments and commenting.
At the same time,
Let's
me
be honest,
either.
I'm not actually used to commenting.
Well, Leslie usually runs this stuff for me.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And
so we're
she
both
does a
doing the
really good job.
that we're not accustomed to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've been doing jobs that I'm not accustomed to all week.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's
Sanding
fun, right?
stuff.
Sanding and
Yeah.
digging through piles of parts
I
because
wired
that's-
like
I think
4
that's-
or 5 guitars today,
Mhm.
which that I can do.
That's one of the weird things about this week, and it's the number one weird thing is we didn't think that Mark was actually even going to be here.
Because
Some
at first
stuff
he wasn't
happened.
able to make it.
Yeah,
and then he
so
minute
last
could.
Friday we start cleaning up, and then word comes down, Dylan's coming,
Mhm.
and that's it. And we're like, we don't need to clean.
I actually heard him on the phone say,
Yeah.
Brandon, guess what? You don't need to clean the
Yeah,
shop.
yeah. Stop what you're doing now,
Don't
and
clean the
yeah,
shop.
yeah. Do not clean. And in fact,
We won't
all
be
that
able to
stuff that
find
you already
anything.
put away, bring it back
Get it
out,
back
drag it back out. Yeah, spread it around a little bit. Yeah, hide some of it. So the shop's kind of a mess. It's the normal piles of stuff that happen, and we've cleaned off some areas, and then as the week goes on, it gets worse and worse and worse. So yeah.
Well, I'm excited though, because I think we have been successful. We're still tweaking on a couple of little things to make sure that they're gonna be here in time and come in time and be done in time and all that kind of stuff.
That's the other thing is we've been building a lot of guitars and getting a lot of stuff finished up, and parts
are thin.
Well,
in
they
some
can be,
areas.
and sometimes you think, oh yeah, we got a ton of that stuff, and then you think back and you're like, well, yeah, I built 10 guitars in the last week, including these, and I only had 9 output jacks. I better dig. So, yeah,
I was noticing that too. The almost completed pile is bigger than I've ever seen it here. Like you guys are cranking out some stuff.
Yeah, we're really trying, and there's a lot of completed stuff. There's a lot of almost completed stuff. Brad Guitar Miller says, looking forward to being there less than a month away. I know.
Cool.
That's crazy. Yep.
there's
A lot of people call Brad the Space Cowboy.
Do they call him Maurice?
I think they do sometimes.
There you go.
So dumb.
Is he the one that made those?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are so cool, man.
I want one.
I'm excited to
much?
put. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take your suggestion, and I'm actually going to bolt them to. I'll probably drill a hole in the bottom and bolt them to a little wider thing.
Yeah, something nice. Maybe,
well-
you know what you need to bolt it to is like some sort of wiring template.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could have several different ones and this on there, and then you could look up and maybe even get a bigger screen.
I think an iPad would actually.
I think so
fit in
too.
there,
Yep.
Super.
Not that you need any help with wiring diagrams. I don't know what I was thinking.
You know, I look at wiring diagrams every time I wire something.
Do you?
I do, except for tellies.
Yeah,
Tellies,
except for stuff that you
tellies
always
are
wire. Yeah. You want your space back?
but Dave.
Oh, Dave Hawkinson says, cheers, guys. Thanks, Dave.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
And Brian Duncan says, woohoo.
Because
You got your feedback.
I got my promotion for another month.
Oh, there you go. Member for 7 months. Yeah.
Oh, of the
Casanova Deluxe level.
Woo!
Doesn't really get much nicer than that.
I know, man.
Pretty much downhill from there.
It's thin air up here.
It really is. Yeah. How's it feel? How's it feel? Yep. Bolted to a guitar neck. There's some bad ones behind you. Those are templates,
Those
man.
are templates. Oh, there's guitar necks down here.
There are, but they really aren't bad. They're just there. They're just drawn that
for
way.
use.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Yeah, man.
You got anything else? You want your seat back, Matt? I'm starting to get nervous.
All right.
Starting to get panicky. Talk me down, Dylan.
It's weird because when I do my own show, I have tons of things to say. And Leslie's like, why are you
Yeah.
talking so much? We can't get through all the questions. This is what she will usually say to me.
Mhm.
And now tonight, I'm just like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We work you hard.
Well,
We don't goof around.
every
Oh,
time
we
I
do.
think I'm done, Matt brings me like some whack thing. And he's like, hey, do you think you could do this?
I ain't tired.
Well, I guess I could. So I do.
So, hey,
You're back.
yeah, I'm back, and I'm better than ever, baby. So a couple of things. We got some super chats. Of course, Brian Duncan, who's right here. Brian, you're going to Odyssey Beer Works with us tonight? Yes, that's a yes. Dave Hawkinson. Dave is getting one of the prototype super thin, super carved top challengers.
Oh,
3 pickup, custom, a la custom everything. It's super, super cool.
that's so funny because the other day you were like, should we do a thing with this guitar? And I was like, no, you'll never sell it.
What? Oh, the
Put
3
three
pickup. Yeah,
humbuckers in
yeah,
it?
that one. Yeah. Well, yeah. Dave is totally switched on to the 3.
He wants
And
the
then
three
and then
humbuckers.
Brad Guitar Miller,
Yes.
who's sent you a little
Yes,
package.
that thing is
Can you he sent us a super chat too.
Oh.
While you're opening some more of Brad's stuff, I want to tell you something. My friend Mike, and I say my friend because he is my friend. My friend Mike in Chicago he's right there. Joy, where is he in Chicago? Brookfield? LaGrange.
Okay.
How would you not want to go there, dude?
How?
Yeah. So Mike's like, yeah, stop on over.
Cool.
So I will put you in touch with Mike, and Mike's not, bullshitting either. If you're going to be in Chicago, I think you are.
Close. Mhm.
Well, Mike's close to there too. So I mean,
Okay.
Brookfield Zoo.
Brookfield Zoo. That's right.
Ah.
55 Midway Airport.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, Mike's the man. So yeah, if you got time,
Okay.
stop over and see Mike, and yeah,
I can see Leslie over there Google mapping and looking at stuff right now. So
she's over there. She's looking at like
oh no,
aliens or
apparently
something.
she's catching up on Instagram.
I think
Sorry.
I can see it from here, and from here it looks like you're looking up Areola 51 stuff. My eyesight isn't that great though.
All right, so Brad Guitar Miller gave me some cool Van Halen stickers, and I really, really like the Batfish business card / iPad / iPhone holder.
I really, really like the Challenger business card holder.
And he must pay attention to my channel enough to know that I really, really, really like single hump
Brad's the man.
strap pickup type stuff. So he gave me one of these too. These will be put to use. So thank you. I don't know that they will hold business cards, but they will hold probably a phone on my desk while I.
Brad says store. I think you can go to Brad Guitar Miller's store.
Yeah, he was telling me it's on its reverb store.
Oh, the Reverb store. All right, so yeah, check
cool.
out.
So you
Yeah,
can order this stuff.
Yes.
Mike says he always makes time for the TT family. First of all, okay. I want to get back to Jeffrey Egan's question, but Mike really brings it all home. One of the neatest things that you and I and Chris and I and everybody who comes to one of our, I hate to say classes, I really do, because it's a workshop, because you get to, people aren't like, you get a little bit of an education, huh, Brian? But it's mostly just me yelling at you, huh, Mark? So yeah. But it really is on the headstock. It says the Brotherhood of Guitar Building, because that's what it is. So Mike totally gets it. He's totally switched on, and anyone who's been here is totally switched on too. Now, Jeffrey Egan asks something very poignant.
Okay,
brace yourselves.
I'm ready.
Speaking of super thin, I think he's talking about finishes.
Me?
Yeah. Speaking of super thin, Dylan, and finishes, what do you think of the Rick Beato signature double cut?
What do I think of it? I think it's really cool. The color's cool.
I love it.
I think it's really neat. Yeah.
I think it's really cool.
You know what I like about it is it's basically TV Pelham blue.
Yeah. With the grain showing through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of people have been bashing on it because.
Really? Why?
Well, because
I don't know who Rick Beato is. Mark was telling me some, and you were telling me some.
Yeah, he's a good dude. It's a $2,000 guitar, and so I think a lot of people think that it should be shinier.
But it's sold out.
But it's sold out in 90 minutes.
That's right.
Wow.
It's sold out in 90
Really?
minutes. Yeah. So you can't say anything. Plus, he's given his cut. Usually the artist premium on a guitar like that is $300-400 probably at that price point.
Mm-hmm.
He's donating it all to a children's charity for music.
That's
stuff,
pretty cool. Yeah.
which is pretty cool. And the guitar is really neat. I'm a huge.
I actually
Special and
watched that
Junior
video,
fan.
and he said, "Look, I don't want my own signature guitar."
Gibson actually came to him and said, "We
Right.
want you to have."
I think
do
that's
this."
cool.
And he said no, and they said, but if we made you,
If we made you
Yeah.
one.
No, I think
Now,
it's
who
great.
knows if that's true? But why would you lie about that? Especially if you're giving all the money to
Yeah.
charity. So yeah,
I mean, I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool guitar. I would definitely own something Pelham Blue with P90s in it
Mhm.
for sure.
I would absolutely own something that was Pelham Blue with P90s in it too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you guys
Wouldn't you
like to own something Pelham Blue with P90s in it?
Oh, yeah.
do you have
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like Pelham Blue a lot.
Yeah, I do too. In fact, I even had a poll this morning on
yeah.
my YouTube page where everything I say is right and everything you say is wrong. And it was, what is your Dylan's giving me the stink eye. It was basic, and it was your idea to do this because
It
you're like,
was.
you're like, you should do a poll.
I
I'm like,
told him.
okay.
I told him you should start doing polls on YouTube. This is during our coffee chats that we have in the
I
morning.
love our coffee chats.
because I stay at the Flaherty RV Resort, and then I go in for coffee in the morning, and I told him, I said, you should do polls on YouTube because people really like to interact about their opinions about stuff.
You absolutely did.
And
And
it's
so
really
today
cool.
I said, I've always wanted to know what's your favorite guitar color and why is it Pelham Blue?
Yeah.
So
At
yeah,
first, Pelham Blue was like 5%, and now it's
it's actually
It's
the
pushing.
last time I looked, it was leading the pack. So
was it?
Yeah.
Well, I hope that people like Pelham Blue.
I hope they do
it's
too.
A really cool color.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's neat.
hope they like custom.
Custom.
Yeah.
Blue.
Yeah.
Yes.
People Wayne Bake says people are butt mad because you can get other junior LPs for like 1,100.
You can't though.
Yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
See, here's the thing about this.
And I get it. You're right, Wayne. But people who are butt mad about it should not.
I'm about to get on a soapbox here.
Go for it. Talk some shit.
I understand what he's saying,
Mhm.
but people are also going on prices from 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Ooh, everyone sucks if you don't think Dylan's right.
I have a brand new. Well, it's a 2021. I bought it brand new. SG Junior that I got at the Gibson store thing.
That's a cool guitar.
It's a really cool guitar. It's $1,400. There is no Junior cheaper than $1,400.
that says Gibson.
That
on
says
it.
Gibson on it. Now, here's the thing. That guitar is $1,400, has one P90 in it, one volume, one tone, right? Then you add a neck pickup and you make it into a special and you add a couple other features and a couple other more knobs.
It's got a bound neck. The Rick Beato one has
Yes.
a bound neck. Is yours a bound neck? Or
No.
is it- okay.
So then you add a couple $100 to that. So let's say the $1,400 guitar becomes $1,600 or $1,700, which is realistic by the time you make it into a special with another pickup and the stuff that goes along with that. Then you add the artist premium that all signature guitars have, and you're at $2,000 and it's 100% inline pricing.
And it's a limited.
100%.
It's a limited edition
Yes.
thing. They're not just going to keep making them
Yes,
for
it's
years
a-
and
It
years.
seems like an SG, not
Is it like 1 and 3/8 like an
It's
SG?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
1.475.
Yeah,
That's not a measurement. You said that. Yeah, yeah.
Correct.
So I think the guitar, whether you think it's too expensive or not, based on what you would be willing to pay for it is one thing. I know we all have our own opinions about that, but where it falls in the Gibson product line and what it should cost in comparison to all their other guitars, it's dead on. 100% dead on.
So, okay, again, you got to stop in and check in with Mike. I'll give you his contact information when you get. But he says that he's got to go. But he says that Dave Grohl made it cool again, and he did. I'm going to argue with you there, Mike, and say that Jeff LaQuatra made it cool again. But
Who's that?
well, he's a Texas Toast endorsed player.
Oh,
You've never met Jeff. He is the Jeff has a band here, local band that's like big time called Mr. Majestic's 8-track revival, and like they have a string section, and his string section, played with Led Zeppelin at Red Rocks when they were here.
Really?
Yeah, because they're all from the Colorado Symphony. And Jeff is the classical guitar
You've told me
head
about
of
this guy.
classical guitar
Yes,
department at
you have told me
CSU.
about him. I've not
Yeah,
gotten to
Jeff
meet
is
him.
the man, and he'll be like, I don't really want to play. He's
Yeah,
really
you
good.
told me
Yeah.
about him.
It's not a contest, but Jeff is better than everybody. So
Yeah.
anyway,
And you're wrong.
We have
And you're wrong, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and we have a local guy that nobody's ever
You-
heard
you
of
know,
like that too.
yeah.
You know, where it's just like he could play with anybody, anywhere,
Mhm.
anytime. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like 23 years old.
uh-huh.
Yeah, same kind of deal. No, that's cool.
So Jeffrey Egan says Trogley got one and it measured 1.48 thick, just like you say, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Mike asks, does the Triple J model have an artist premium? No, it doesn't, because we don't give Triple J any money for it.
We punch him in the shoulder for everyone we see.
Hey, good job,
Hey.
Jimmy. Hey, have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. Sold another one.
Oh,
Hey, you prick, yeah.
Like, take my name out.
Hey, we're all gonna go hang out with Jimmy in just a few minutes, right? Cool.
yeah, man.
It looks like Driddle showed up finally. Thanks for stopping in, Devin.
Yeah, he's always around.
I know.
He's always around on our stuff.
Devin is cool. You know
Yeah.
what? He's got two really. His daughters are very, very young, and they're cutie pies. He's gonna get no sleep for the next decade. No sleep, because he's always gonna be worried about like his daughters. Yeah, they're gonna be
He knows too. He's
Oh yeah. The only person who's in a worse spot than Devin is my drummer Mike, who's got three adorable little girls, and they're like 3 to 9, and they're like one cuter than the next. So yeah.
I'm grateful to have grown children.
Yep.
Yep.
So I told him, like, Mike, you need to get like a 12 gauge and a really big dog and an alarm system and handcuffs or something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because there's gonna be little boys constantly sniffing around. I know what it was like to be a little boy.
Me too.
I was always sniffing. Yeah, so I don't have any kids. I'm glad I don't have any daughters.
I had a landlord one time when I lived in Michigan, and she was 106 when she died.
Sure.
And before she died, I asked her, I was like, how did you live? So, like, is there a thing that you did? And she said, yeah, I never had kids.
Okay.
So you're on to something.
Well,
I don't know if you're going to make it to 106.
I'm
You think he's going to make it to 106?
not 100% sure I'm going to make it the next 106 days, brother. Yeah.
Well, we have about 5 to 7 minutes.
5
left.
to 13 minutes left.
Yeah.
Well, so what have we forgot to tell people about, sir?
I want to make sure everybody knows about the Patreon thing.
Hold on, I haven't interrupted you enough times. People always hate it when
Yeah,
I
they
do
don't
this.
like that. I don't care. I'm having fun. I have fun when I come here. That's all I care.
I just wanted to do that because people, you said that people get mad when you do a video with me. I wanted to give them something to be mad about. So yeah.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right.
All right. I'm really going to be.
I just hope that they comment and fight about it in the comments, because comments are interaction, and interaction is good.
Agreed.
So be as mad as you want. I'll let you be mad. Yeah. And I think the biggest thing that you should take away from this ridiculousness that was this last hour is you need to come to one of these. And when you see these guitars tomorrow, for the most highly anticipated reveal ever,
According to Doug's side,
according to the comment section, not us, you're going to either want to come or you're going to want to figure out a way to get one of these things, because they're really, really good. I'm taking one home.
maybe two.
Maybe two. So, yeah. And I really hope that you get to participate in the poll on Matt's channel.
I'm going to take it down tomorrow. No, I'm not.
No, I wouldn't take it down, but it's a good poll.
I would like to know what your favorite guitar color is, because I know we have a very short amount of time, but it seems like there's only a handful of guitar colors that are acceptable. Black and white and red.
I have a pink one and nobody likes it.
some. I wish green was a more popular guitar color, and I know that it is to a lot of people. But
I hate
see, yeah.
See, he feels very
Purple,
passionate about
yeah.
green. I like
and I
green.
love the color green, but I hate green.
Yeah.
I like green.
So, and in fact, we have a new reveal T-shirt tomorrow. Yes, Chris.
Are we going to use those?
Oh, yes, sir. We are.
Okay.
We might not wear them all day, but yeah. But yes, sir. We will be using those. Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
I like
it's nice,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So, well, I love it when you and Leslie come out, and it's a lot of fun for me to open the shop up to people to come to workshops. And Mark, yeah. So Mark, it's great. I'm so glad that you were able to come out because you had a surgery, and I'm like, well, I don't know if Mark's gonna be able to come, but you did, and that was super neat.
Yep.
Well, I love that you are here, sir. And Brian, even though you're the most annoying person I know, I love it when Brian comes back out here and Brian will come out. I love you too, man. Brian comes out and he just hangs out because he's a friend of ours. I don't want to say friend of the shop because he's a friend. He's a personal friend of mine, and I love it when people come back to the shop and hang out with us. So, Dylan, Brian, Mark, Leslie, yeah, not you, Chris, but like pretty much, like I love it. And am I right, Chris? I mean, he's like, I saw that finger you gave me.
It's a brother. Oh, can you hear it? I'll turn it up.
No, but no, I mean, I'm not taking the piss
No, I
here.
know. Yeah, I know. what you're
There's
talking
something
about.
cool about when
Yeah.
people want to come back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it kind of gives us some validation that we're doing something right.
Yeah.
So
Oh, and somebody said I thought I was tuning.
you too,
in-
Beth.
Somebody said I thought I was tuning in to Dylan.
You are.
What is Matt's channel? Texas Toast Guitars. And you are watching my channel if you're over here.
Yeah.
We're just doing it to two channels at the same time tonight because it's a special occasion.
So okay, so it's 6:00, sir.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and
I'm
wrap
hungry.
this one up.
Yep. Put a bow on it.
Yeah, I hope we answered everybody's questions. We will have more live fun tomorrow at the reveal.
Mhm.
We're gonna do the same format kind of thing.
You know, we don't know really. Obviously, I don't do reveals because I'm not a
Okay.
guitar brand, but I think maybe we should. No? You
Why
don't think
not?
so?
I think we should do the exact same thing.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do both channels at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
show
you're as
what
much
you
a part
made,
of it as
yeah.
we are, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So, yeah.
Have a good time.
okay.
You definitely got to show Mark's guitar, if nothing else.
Oh, we're showing up.
We're
Buttload
showing
of
up
guitars,
guitars
sir.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited about them. And some of them are going to end up on my channel, so I think it's going to be really cool.
I've had so much fun with Ultimate Guitar Build with Dylan. I'm looking forward to all the workshops that we have coming up, but I'm also looking forward to one of them is the next one in March.
Mhm.
And by the way, you're coming back in November
I am
to do pickup winding for the fabric top.
class.
Yeah. And that's a star-studded event. Like Doug and Dave, the Dangerous Brothers, and Rod, who's an honorary Dangerous brother.
Uh-huh.
Mike is going to be here. Jamie, Doc is going to be here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are going to be here for that week, and you know what? Every single one of these is like gets bigger and bigger, and it's bigger than me, and it's bigger than this shop, and it's bigger than Chris. It's just a little bit bigger than Chris. It's way bigger than me, but the people who come out here really make this cool,
It's
and
fun.
you guys could be part of that too. So
Yeah.
I hope
It's
that you
awesome.
do. I
It's
hope that
awesome.
you do.
I guess we will see you all
tomorrow for the reveal. So thanks for watching, you guys. We will see you tomorrow afternoon. Oh, fart. I dorked it up. I think I'm still going.
You are.
Holy crap. How do I undork this up?
Just keep going, dude. This
I'm
is
just going to
hilarious.
keep going.
I'm gonna put the camera.
Nah,
Click on that one.
this one?
Yep.
Maybe we just, yeah.
Hit end.
Oh, yeah.
There you
I think it's funny. We'll just keep going. Yeah. all the dorks are captured for video archiving. All right. I'm calling it. Okay.